and I was playing. You remember NCAA Football?
It was the best.
EA Sports game?
Yeah.
I played that all the time.
Dude,
and
you could pitch it back.
You could pitch it.
That was the best.
You could just run option plays and everything.
Run options the whole time.
Yeah, that's all I would ever do.
I want to get that back. Man, that game was fun.
If they got to figure out all the NCAA licensing issues and come back, because I need the options, because at this point I don't have any options. Yeah. And that was my only chance of having an option. Yeah.
You know what else you could do? You could do the hook and ladder.
Yeah, you could run that.
Toss it back.
Yeah, you could run that. Statue of Liberty. They had trick plays built into it. And then you could also get penalized if you celebrated too much, which is always great because that happens all the time in real life for us. And just doing it inside of there now there's none of that going on.
And college athletes are getting paid now, right?
I think they signed some type of deal where they're allowed to use their likeness for endorsement deals.
Do they not make the video game anymore?
They haven't made it in years. The last one they made was with Reggie Bush on the front of it.
Well, that was the last one?
I think it was what was that, 08?
That was forever, yeah.
I think that was 08, 09. That was the last one I played,
I'm so surprised by that. Because they had to have been making so much money. I mean, I would buy those every year.
I forget exactly what happened, but I bought them every single year as well.
I alone was keeping them in business.
Yeah, I think that, and between everybody wanting to play as Jerry Sandusky for Penn State, the whole offensive coordinator there, and the recruitment schemes by Joe Paterno. I mean, it got really ugly.
That really made the career mode a lot more interesting.
Yeah, career mode on the Penn State NCAA game. I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, instead of having the nice dorm rooms they showed in the game, you were just in the showers with Jerry Sandusky.
Yeah, and that was part of you had to escape.
You had to escape. It turned into an escape room type of situation, and but it was really unfortunate that.
And that stinks for the college players who now can get paid for some of their image and likeness. Now they don't have, because I remember the video games, they wouldn't have the players' names on them so that they could use them, but it was clearly those players. Which, if you were in college, like how cool would that be? You're in a fucking video game.
Yeah.
But now they could get paid off of that, and they're not making them.
Yeah, they're not doing it. Dang. Especially because even in there, you could play as a 1AA school.
Yeah.
We're playing as like Appalachian State or something. It's like, let's go play as these fucking dorks. And they made them in that game as if they're not Division I athletes.
Right.
They would get the ball tossed to them, and they would run about 3 miles an hour and just get like obliterated. But it's like all the time, it's like, where's the D2 and D3 sports? I'll play those. Let's get some money out to the Division III women's lacrosse players. I'll play that game.
Damn, how cool would that be if you played a college sport and you were in a video game?
That would be sweet. And that's why it shouldn't just stop. They had the baseball ones. They had football ones. They had basketball. I played the basketball ones too. JJ Redick on the front. That was a great one.
Yeah. Oh, the basketball
the 2K,
ones I loved, man.
I played those all the time. Not so much college hockey. If there was a college lacrosse game, I would play as Duke. There's another career mode that would go a little sideways. All of a sudden you get a stripper that come over to your house, and next thing you're sitting at a courtroom table and you get to choose which defense your attorney is going to take.
It makes the career mode interesting.
Really interesting. Like they have coaching modes, right? For Madden now.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had an attorney mode as a college athlete.
Yeah.
And you're sitting behind a desk in front of a judge and you're attorneying. Is that the right word? The fuck out of the entire case.
Yeah.
You're running with it.
Those games would suck you in so hard, like with the career modes or the coaching modes, where like there's guys that are just sitting down with full families playing coaching mode in Madden as if they've really got a team behind them.
You got the visor on, you're holding the clipboard, and wife's like, are you going to come in for dinner just a second? I got to get my recruits in line here.
Yeah, they're like, hang on, I got to figure out how to price the hot dog stand. They're like, they really think they're a GM.
Yeah.
They're like, you fucking dork, dude.
Yeah, sitting there. I could never,
get to work.
I liked it to a certain degree inside of the games.
I mean, it was so fun. It would suck you in like that.
It would.
You're like, man.
Because then you're just like sitting there at home, and it's like, I got to figure out the budget for the 2027 season.
Yeah.
And
dude, in college, I was straight up addicted to the My Player mode in NBA 2K.
Yeah,
I would spend so much time trying to get my guy good and like build his stats, and like there'd be points where we'd be ready to go out and party, and I'd be like, one more game, fellas.
Yeah.
Like it was addicting.
Yeah, it was. I truly love playing. I mean, the football was probably my favorite. I like playing the basketball. All those just. Sometimes you like playing as the little guy, but then you want to play as the big guy and just fucking.
Yeah.
When what's his name, was it Terrell Pryor that played for Ohio State, and some of those modes, I would just start giving tattoos to people for free, and it turned into a whole fucking thing. It was.
I would. I want to see if there's any good fight night games or MMA games, those games on Xbox used to be a lot of fun.
I think that they have them out now. I don't know. It's been a long time since I played any of these, and I would play 2K baseball in college with Roy Halladay on the cover because you could play online, and the first person to throw a perfect game as Roy Halladay would win like $1 million. So I would sit there and just try and throw a perfect game. I had people get hits in like the 7th inning, like, and I would just throw a fucking controller out the window. Didn't go to class for like a week. It was fall semester of freshman year. It was just a fucking shit show.
College was tough.
College was tough, especially when Roy Halladay was on the mound. It was usually tough for the opposing team, and then
R.I.P. Roy, right?
Yeah, I mean he was on. Wasn't very.
He died, right?
He died in a plane crash, but he was on a bunch of pills and stuff when he was sick. Yeah, he was. I don't know what kind of pills, but he apparently had a problem with them, and it wasn't very well known.
Thank God he was pilled out when that plane went down. Jeez, you don't want to be sober for that.
Whatever. Yeah, what better way to go out than that? Jeez. Now, if only we can get Brett Myers on pills.